Hello students, welcome to biology class. I am your biology teacher Meenakshi. In the last video, we discussed simple permanent tissues that are protective in function. The two types of protective simple permanent tissues are the epidermis and the cork. The cells of the epidermis are living parenchymatous cells, whereas the cells of cork are dead cells. In today's video, we shall discuss the complex permanent tissues. Students, complex permanent tissues, as was discussed in the last video, are made up of more than one type of cells. These different types of cells are different in their appearance. They look different from each other, but all of them coordinate to perform a common function. The two types of complex permanent tissues in plants are xylem and phloem. Both xylem and phloem are conducting tissues. They are called conducting tissues because they help in the conduction of different substances across the plant body. And both these tissues together constitute the vascular bundle. Let us discuss the structure and functions of both these complex permanent tissues in detail. Number one, xylem. Xylem is commonly called the wood. It is responsible for the transport of water and minerals from roots to other parts of the plant body. It means when we talk about transportation through xylem, it takes place only in one direction. It is unidirectional. That is always from roots to upper parts of the plant body. As xylem is a complex permanent tissue, so it is made up of 4 different types of cells. These are xylem tracheids, xylem vessels, xylem parenchyma, and xylem fibers. Let us see the structure and functions of these 4 types of cells one by one. Xylem tracheids, these are dead cells, elongated cells with tapering ends. Tapering end means they are pointed ends. They appear like long empty tubes because the cells of tracheids are placed one above the other, forming a continuous column. So that is why they look like empty long tubes. The cell walls are thick and lignified. Lignified means the cell walls have additional deposition of lignin, and these walls at certain places have pits. And the lumen, that is the internal hollow space of tracheids, is broad so that easily the water can be conducted. The main function of tracheids is conduction of water and minerals. Along with this, since these are dead cells, so they also give mechanical support to the plant. The second type of cell is xylem vessels. These are tubular structures. Tubular structure means tube-like structures. Again, the cells are placed one above the other, forming a continuous column. Now, in vessels, the end walls are dissolved. They have degenerated so that the cells have direct contact with the lumen. The lumen are continuous. Again, vessels also have thick walls that are lignified, and the lumen is white. Vessels are also dead cells. The function of vessel is conduction of water and minerals, and again, since these are dead cells, so they also provide mechanical support. The third type of cell are xylem vessels. Xylem fibers, sorry, xylem fibers again are dead cells. These are long, narrow cells with tapering ends, pointed ends. They also have thick lignified walls, and the function of xylem fibers is to provide mechanical support. The fourth type of cells are xylem parenchyma. These are the only living cells in xylem that are parenchymatous. Since they are living cells and parenchymatous, they have a thin cell wall, and the main function of parenchyma in xylem is to store food. Along with this, they also help in the conduction of water. So these are the four types of cells that constitute xylem. Xylem tracheids, dead cells; vessels, dead cells; fibers, dead cells; and xylem parenchyma are the only living cells. The second type of complex permanent tissue is phloem, that is commonly called bast. It is the living conducting tissue. It is called the living conducting tissue because of the four type of cells that it is made up of. Three cells are living cells, only one type of cells are dead cells. Since most of the cells are living in phloem, that is why it is called living conducting tissue. Phloem is responsible for the conduction of food products from green parts, that is mostly leaves, and storage organs to other parts of the plant body. So when we talk about conduction in phloem, it is bidirectional. It is in both directions, from upper parts to lower parts, and it may also be from lower parts to upper parts. Again, phloem is also made up of four different types of cells. These cells are sieve tubes, companion cells, phloem parenchyma, and phloem fibers. Let us see the structure and functions of these cells one by one. Sieve tubes, as been told to you just now, are the living cells. They are cylindrical cells that are arranged in vertical rows. As we can understand from this diagram, these are sieve tubes that are arranged in vertical rows. It means the cells are placed one above the other. These are joined end to ends. End walls have minute pores. As we can understand from this diagram, these are the end walls of the cells, and these end walls have minute pores. These pores are called sieve pores, and because of this feature, these end walls are called sieve plate. These cells, when they become matured, they are without nucleus, but still we call them living cells because whatever material is required by sieve tubes is provided by the cytoplasm of companion cells. So although sieve tubes are devoid of nucleus when they get matured, but still they are living cells. And sieve tubes are the main cells in phloem that are responsible for the conduction of food materials that is prepared in the leaves. The second type of cells are companion cells. Again, these are living cells. The cells are elongated, they have thin walled, they have a prominent nucleus and dense cytoplasm, and they are closely associated with sieve tubes. These are the companion cells that are closely associated with sieve tubes. The function of companion cells is they help sieve tubes in the conduction of food material. The third type of cells are phloem parenchyma. Again, these are living cells. These have thin walls and they are unspecialized cells, and the function of phloem parenchyma is to store food. And the fourth type of cells in phloem are phloem fibers. These are the only dead cells in phloem. They are sclerenchyma fibers and they have thick lignified walls. And the function of phloem parenchyma is to provide mechanical support. So students, the assignments related to the topics that we have discussed today is available on the school website. You are required to answer those questions in your biology notebook. With this video, we have come to an end of chapter number 2, tissues. In the next video, we shall start with chapter number 3, Improvement in Food Resources. Thank you very much.